Okay, it's A's news, and this is A's podcast, so this is the part that you wait to.
Time for some A's news.
Can you sing that every time when we start the segment now? That was fucking great.
Yeah, I'm also just gonna work on keeping the mic a little bit closer to me too. It's like this. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can hear you holding it, which is weird. But we can talk about that after show. Just do that. Just let's see how it goes. Listeners, let us know. Should Julio
We're wigging out
now on? And if not, tell him no. All right. Guess what, everybody? Cole Irvin is back. He pitched this past week.
Go
Six
Cole.
innings. He got 3 earned runs, 4 Ks. He actually had a pretty good outing. The A's lost that game, but it was a solid start. He just didn't get much run support, which was kind of the story up until the past 3 games. Which has been kind of the story. 3 games? No, I think the last game against whatchamacallit, they had some run support too, didn't they?
So the game I was at on Saturday, I think they scored
Against the Angels.
Again, not a lot. I think they scored like 3 or 4 runs, and then
But on Sunday they scored them up, right?
No, it was 1 run.
Okay, so just against Seattle. All right. So, well, unfortunately, he pitched against the A's or the Angels, so that didn't work out so well. Yeah, and as expected, as Martin Gallegos tweeted when Nick Allen got called up, Nick Allen got called back down to the minors, but we'll see how that goes. We could, I don't know.
I'm just glad
now, roster moves wise. I mean, like,
yeah.
Is there anybody who deserves a roster spot right now that's getting it?
Well,
that doesn't
like,
deserve one that's getting it. Sorry.
I mean,
Elvis Andrews.
No, he played good today. He's
play
played a
good
really
today,
good series, actually.
Yeah.
So I can't really say Elvis right now. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. I think the one guy that I think we've both been like, all right, this dude needs to go get sent down as Adam Mahler. And it sounds like that's happening. But yeah. the one thing I kind of want to say about Cole is at least with every start, you know what you're going to get out of him.
Yeah.
Very even keel. Give up, the most he'll give up is like 5 runs.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll at least get you 5 innings, which in modern baseball, you'll take that. So just having a little more stability, especially as, let's see what the future of this team is going to look like a couple months from now when the trade deadline approaches with Frankie. And I think he's pretty much the only starter they've talked about getting traded. But I'm just glad he's back. He definitely did work against his hometown team like he somehow does every time. But at the same time, to kind of say who deserves a roster spot and who doesn't, just let Nick Allen get his reps. We literally talked about this last week.
Yeah, but this was also pretty predictable. We knew that he was going to go back down. He was just in there until Cole was ready. Adam Mahler was in there for a spot start, though. So I don't know if he stays up much longer. I guess they moved him back to the bullpen. I don't know. I like everybody in the bullpen but him. So I can't imagine he gets much time. And I bet if he goes out for a couple more outings and he gets lit up, then he's going to be brought down again. I mean, I don't know. We have such a good thing going at the end of our bullpen with Jackson and Puck, though Puck gave up a couple runs today, but that's the first sign of trouble he's been in a little while now. Danny Jimenez is probably, if Paul Blackburn's not going to be the all-star representative for the A's. Snead's been good. Fucking
who I want to give some love great. To. Every time I see him, I just get excited and I have to yell. Sam Mole, the Mole Man, has
been so good.
0.61 ERA. I don't know what they're feeding these dudes in the pen.
Yeah.
Who, Sam Mole was kind of an afterthought of a player. He got a little bit of time last week. But geez, whatever they're doing for these guys, it's working because yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and he comes in rough situations. It's like when the A's are down by 2 runs and you just need him to hold off for like 1 or 2 innings and then you hopefully get some run support. He doesn't get that run support, but like he's like the Yasmero Petit. We're in a bind and we need someone to like fend us off while the offense gets going, which is great.
Yeah, that's how you really gave a tough question to me, because right now I think there's actually like guys. There's not really many guys I would say like just get him off. Now that Billy McKinney's gone, and I don't know what's the latest with him. I don't know if he got sent back down to AAA or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nobody really. Even though Sheldon
Yeah.
Noisy's kind of fallen off a little bit, but that was bound to happen.
Back down to reality. Doesn't mean he's not bad. It just means that he's not tearing it up. He's not hitting 300 anymore.
Snap back to reality. Ooh.
But he still gets really big hits and really big moments. Like the past 2 days, he's fucking been great at that. Yeah. Cole Irvin, I got a good one for you. Heavy Ted Lilly energy.
Is Ted Lilly a lefty?
I don't know. I didn't think about it in that specifically, Julio. I just thought about it in terms of, you know what you're going to get from him every start. He's going to put up above average stuff.
He was a lefty. I love that. Chris,
He's
you did
gonna-
it again, bud.
He's going to always have a quality start, and he's always going to keep you in the game. And if he has run support, he's going to be successful.
Love Ted Lilly, man. Like number 4, one of the most dependable like 4 or 5 starters in like A's history.
He was 5, I think, because it was Hudson, Zito, Mulder, Rich Harden, and then I think Lilly was 5.
Dude, 2002, he had a 3.40 ERA.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, if you're here, I'm just gonna do a couple little clicks here.
I remember Mason used to shit on him all the time back in the day because he like wasn't as good as the big 3. I'm like, dude, your expectations are so like, it's not even fair. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. 11-year-old Mason.
It's not a good comparison. Yeah, 11-year-old Mason can fuck off.
I mean, also potentially 31-year-old Mason could do though. But yeah, I like that comparison. It's just even keel. You're never gonna blow it up.
Dude, I'm on point.
Never gonna get blown up.
I'm on point with these energies. I'm telling you.
You need to start. We Chris and I were talking about this. I'm gonna start retweeting videos of when old A's players do something, and just hashtag it former Oakland great.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to keep hitting with these energies, man.
Dude, I tweeted it today about Paul Blackburn, heavy Chris Bassett energy, and people loved it.
Paulie B.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love that guy right now.
All right, let's move on to someone else who's hot. Jed Lowrie. Old man Jed. Getting it done.
He is Jed hot right now.
Dude, isn't Jed such a great old person name too?
I'd always call him Jedediah. I know it's not his full name, but
I think it is. Isn't that his full name? I think it is.
I hope. Oh my God, please tell me his full name's actually. I don't think it's Jed.
Jedediah. Pick it up. Let me look it up now.
Right.
Anyway, Jed, go ahead. You do your thing about Jed.
So yeah, something's happened the last couple of weeks, man, where Jed Lowrie has just been on absolute fire. Of course, the Stanford product. Shout out to Stanford.
Dude, Stanford won today, Pac-12 tournament. They beat Arizona State in the first round of the Pac-12 tournaments. They move on. They play the winner of Oregon State, and Washington was playing before I came on this podcast, and Oregon State was winning. So
excellent. Is there any games on after this podcast? Maybe.
No, I don't think
college
so.
Baseball.
But dude, they start at fucking 9 a.m. They go all day. It's been awesome, and every tournament's going on. I'm just fucking flipping through them on my TV while I'm working. It's great.
You check that out. But Jed in the last week is batting 300. He's at 2 doubles and 2 home runs because Jed stands for just eat doubles and
it actually
just
stands for
dingers.
Jed.
Just eats
Carlson
doubles.
Lowry.
5 RBIs.
But also just eats double. I wanted to get back to the name thing.
Yeah. Besides the point, he's been really hot lately, and it actually leads to a conversation that Chris and I were having yesterday, which is the reality is there is no future spot for Jed. Love this guy. I think he's, when they did this 60th anniversary team, I don't know if he was on there, but I can confidently say I think Jed would, whenever they make a 75th anniversary team, Jed Lowrie has to be on there. This guy has been a huge part of this franchise for the last 10 years. In each stint, he's played well. You got to sell him, man. You got to trade him. Obviously, you're not going to get a package for him right now because he's a 38, right? He is a 38-year-old second baseman who's had a history of injury history and is on a 1-year deal. But if you want to package him with the Frankie Montas to a team who would like a DH or a guy can come and play second, every fifth day to give your guys a break, do it. And I think he deserves it too. Right now, obviously, I think we really appreciate him coming back, and the fan base will always love him. But dude, get this guy a ring. Go ship him out to, God, maybe even the Yankees. Imagine Jed in New York.
Who's our second baseman now?
Glaber.
I thought he's our shortstop.
Kiner Falefa. They'll switch off. Oh,
Sounds
and then
like a
DJ.
douchebag.
Oh, yeah, maybe not New York. That might not be the best idea. But you know what? I think there would be some definitely contender teams that could use somebody like Jed. So all I'm saying is I'm glad he's playing like this.
Back? Is he healthy again?
Nick Madrigal?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he is, but they're also
he's not on the White Sox anymore. They traded him last year.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of contenders that could use somebody like him, but the thing is, the A's will not get a return. They would have to pair him with Frankie or with your hot take you had early in the show. But I just want to highlight it. I think he's really been a big cog in what this offense has been doing, because when he's hitting, it seems like the rest of the lineup is figuring out a way to get on base.
Yeah, agree. Well, Ramon, he's back, and he's gone. Injured again. Same with Frankie Montas. They were hurt in the same game.
The same game that I was at.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Ramon gets hit by a pitch in the hand. He stays in, and then he gets taken out for I forgot who came in. And then Frankie.
Luis.
No, Brea was starting. Who came in for him? Oh, Pinder. Pinder came in, right? And then Frankie gets hit in the hand on a line drive. It does. Neither one of them will be hitting the IL, it looks like. And I believe Frankie is actually set to start tomorrow. So that's good. But we haven't seen Ramon since. So it's a little, it seems like they're leaning more towards the precautious side than anything.
Or they're leaning more towards the hot hand of Luis Barrera, which I learned is how you pronounce his last name. My girlfriend has reassured me that it's Barrera instead of Barrera. So I have to make sure I do that.
But yeah, it just sucked. It happened in the same game, man. Way to ruin my Saturday night A's.
I know.
And now I'm stuck in Anaheim.
That was dope that you
got
to
go. And I can't even go to Disneyland.
That's cool. You got to go though. Did you go to Golden Road?
No, we pre-gamed at Trader Sam's, and that was lit.
Nice.
We took you've met my friend Ivan before. That was his first time at Trader Sam's, and he was just like, oh shit. So by the time we got to the game, I was already like 3 cocktails deep. I'm like, all right. But yeah, it just sucks having the same game. But Chris, I'm very curious about your Ramon. I put it as a rant, but I don't think
it's not a rant. It's a take. The A's should absolutely 1,000% trade Ramon Laureano this offseason or this trade deadline with probably Frankie Montas, because they will get more of a return if they put 2 stars in that deal. And here's why. There's a player on this team who has heavy Ramon Laureano energy, and that's Luis Barrera. He is a clone copy. Everything about Luis Barrera is a clone copy of Ramon. His Latin descent, obviously, didn't have to say that, but had to throw that out there first. Fast, great defensively, big arm, which is the reason why he's been playing right field. And the way that he went through the minor league system, he fucking went up and down, fucking got waived a couple times, came back, couldn't quite make it up to the big leagues. He's a little bit older now, gets his shot, he's mature, and he's fucking killing it right now. Dude is hitting 330 ever since he came up. He's been a stud for us. Every single inning where we've gone on offensive runs, hit more than 2 runs in the inning, he's the one who's either started it or started by like getting a double, getting ready on base, or he's brought home like the first run. So he's like kept the fucking momentum going. I love Luis Barrera. I want him to be like an everyday starter. Ramon's contract situation is he's arbitration eligible this offseason. So that means that, well, he was arbitration eligible for the first time last offseason. So he's going to be arbitration eligible again this offseason. So we know the A's don't like to go into arbitration hearings. He's only 27 years old. He's a free agent in 2025. You could get some big money for him. Everybody in the league knows about his arm. Literally, you watch games, people just don't run on him anymore. Like, there was a ball to right field on Friday or something like that like Trout hit or something. And he's rounding first and he sees that Ramon picks it up and throws it. And he doesn't even go to second. Like, this was a ball that, like, if it was any other outfielder, that, especially Trout, who has wheels, that would be a double, no problem. You just slide into second and you're good. But he saw that it was Ramon who picked up the ball and he knew that he was going to be gunned out and he stayed at first. Like, you could get some money for him or you get some good assets for him and Montas. Get rid of him because we got another one who's younger.
Love it. Not the worst idea. Couple logistical things to throw out there. Ramon will be a free agent in 2025.
I said that.
Luis Barrera is a free agent in 2028. So yeah. And it's funny, we think that, like, because I have the same connection. I'm like, oh yeah, Luis is super younger than Ramon. Of course, let's do that trade. Luis Barrera is 26. Ramon is 27. So
He's
they're
25.
a year apart. And I looked.
Oh, he just turned 26.
No,
he just turned 25.
He turned 26 in November.
Oh, never mind.
Besides the point.
That was his debut. Sorry.
Yeah, and then they both.
But
and they're both
eligible for 2 years.
And they're both from the Dominican, so they got that connection site. Which also tangent. I want to go to the Dominican Republic so bad one day.
So bad.
That looked so, like, just seeing the beaches out there.
Yeah,
love to go. Yeah, I think we have to be realistic. Where you hit it the other day, and I didn't really want to have that conversation with you. Was like, we got to be realistic, guys. Like Ramon and Pinder and when I said, the reason I said it was because of Jed. Like, I think we should trade Jed right now, and it just doesn't make sense right now. And Elvis, yeah, that Elvis is a little bit different just because, like, he hasn't been here for long. But with somebody like Ramon, dude, that he's just the energy of that player. And I would hate to think what was going to happen to whatever loyal the fan base we still have who's going to games. Specifically, shout out to our God, Brian the Kingpin.
Yeah, he's going to kill me for this take.
Yeah, like, we should probably edit out a video clip of just you talking about that. I'll post it on Twitter and just get his 2 cents on it. And he'll find out where you live. He'll take you out, but then he'll also leave you some nice Last Dive bar merch. Yeah.
I will kill you.
It's just, it just sucks because, like, we have to be realistic right now. And it would be the move to make, especially seeing Luis Barrera's emergence. Christian Pache, there's no way he's going to hit this bat throughout the season. But the thing is now it's like, well, if we're going to make those moves, you're really going to punt outfield depth. And it's like, well, what do you do if you do trade a Ramon and you do trade Pinder? And then I remember you talked about the other day throwing.
I don't know. You got Tony Kemp. You got.
But you even said that now that we should probably move Tony Kemp, who also tore it up this last week as well. He had like a 3-for-3 game the other night.
Yeah.
It's just like, I know we know there's teams not trying to be competitive. We understand that. We just want to be entertained from time to time. But at least, like, Seth Brown can be an everyday right fielder, maybe.
Well, then you give Sheldon Noisy more reps at first, and maybe it's time to bring up Logan Davidson. He could play second. Like, maybe it's time to get Nick Allen. Maybe he could play everyday second baseman this year. Like, I mean, there's options and younger guys that should be getting more reps.
I was going to say my dude, Christian Bethencourt, who I will down a mountain for him now. I love that dude.
Yeah, put him at first, and then you could bring up Shea Langeliers.
Yeah, I don't want this to turn into a Christian Bethencourt conversation because I've become such a huge fan of him over the last couple months. But yeah, we got to do it. I hate it. agreeing with you because Ramon is just the shit, but it would be the move to make, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just don't know what his trade value is right now. That's the problem.
Probably
He's coming off a
not great.
suspension, and he isn't been playing well. So, yeah.
I mean, he could probably get away with being an outfielder. Shit, hot. I know I said it for I said it with Jed, maybe even the Yankees. That would be. I think he'd be a great addition to that outfield.
I mean, there's plenty of outfields for contender teams out there.
The Giants. Oh, dude, he would crush it with the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants is one. The Padres could maybe have some
Padres definitely need some help in the outfield.
The Cardinals. There's plenty of teams out there.
It's just like now we're at this point where we just get us. Look at Oakland, Mr. Bean, Mr. Force. This is my only request for you. Let us learn to love the new guys that are here before you do make these moves. Because if you make these moves while Christian Pache is still batting below 200, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Julio. Let's wrap it up. Preview the upcoming schedule. We have the Texas Rangers this weekend, Sunday. Yeah.
I'll be there Saturday.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're going to be up in up in NorCal. So there you go. Julio's going to be at the game. If you see him, go say hi.
This is and Whitney and I have been together for 8 years. This is our first game at the Oakland Coliseum.
Wow.
I'm excited but scared.
Make sure you go to the treehouse a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm planning on us just staying in the treehouse and sitting up there. So because I can't even sit like lower level for less than $75, and I'm not paying that for those seats.
Really? They're pretty cheap opening night.
Yeah, dude. I was trying to look like first deck. Yeah, cheapest ticket, $75. I was trying to check first deck. Not like in the lower section, but like in the one, like in rows 20 and back. I can't remember what that area is called. But yeah, it's like 75.
Honestly, if you're not going there if you're going there with a non-baseball fan, it's not worth it. You might as well just go in the treehouse.
No, we also talked about just getting a group of people and getting a suite, whereas like it's $100 a person. I'm like, I'd rather just do that, but we'll see. Anyways.
Yeah. Rangers are in town Thursday through Sunday, and then the Houston Astros are going to be in town next Monday through Wednesday. All right, Julio, it's time for Player of the Week. Player of the Week is sponsored by Chris Martinez, State Farm agent of Walnut Creek. If you need home, auto, or life insurance, make sure to give Chris a call. His number is 925-266-8997, or visit his website, agentchrismartinez.com. Make sure you let him know the Town Tailgate guys sent you there, and he'll hook you up. Julio?
Chris Martinez, great agent, terrible fantasy football manager.
Football or baseball?
No, he's not in fantasy baseball league. I'm just saying for dynasty football, and you can attend to that.
But he won the first season though, so you can't.
No, that was Nick Blakey. Nick Blake won. Chris was runner-up.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I don't think the fans give a shit about that. They don't.
If
he's a good insurance agent, that's all I care about. Who's your
Yes.
player of the week?
Brown delivers. Seth Brown is on one right now, folks. I think we really need to start paying attention to it. He had a bomb today. Over the last week, he is batting .316. He is 6 for 19, including a triple, home run, 3 RBIs. I think one of the things, our glass half full takes for the beginning of the season was seeing what Seth Brown can do in a full-time role. We saw what he was able to do in the part-time roles. He had a 19 and 20, a little bit more last year when he was getting called up and down. And now that he's in there every day, we're starting to see kind of a lot of what we're hoping to see right now. I think he's actually, since he's come off from being hurt, he's actually been a pretty a competent bat in that middle of the lineup, where I know, Chris, we had conversations earlier in this season, like, what the hell are we going to do in this 4-hole? Is it going to be Murph? Is it going to be Jed, sure, is it going to be this player? But I think now we're starting to get to the point where, like, I think Seth Brown might be that guy who can at least be our most consistent 4-hole hitter. So Seth Brown, man, Brown delivers.
He's got
Keep
the
it up.
power too. He should be in that 4-hole. Like regardless, he's very streaky when it comes to his contact, but he does have the power, and you never know when it'll be unleashed. And it's he's the best man for the job for now. Till Shea Langeliers gets brought up. All right, my player of the week is my boy Luis Barrera. I keep saying it wrong, but my girlfriend taught me how to say it the other day, and then I just couldn't roll my R's correctly. So now I'm just gonna say Barrera. Luis Barrera. He has had 9 hits. He's earned 2 runs, 3 RBIs, and he's hitting 391. Wow, I didn't know it was 330 earlier today, so he must have had a couple hits today. His OBP is 417. And he is just killing it. And he's gonna be the new Ramon Laureano, and he's dope. And I want him to keep playing well. And I've been rooting for him for a few years now in the minor league system. I've been looking at his like scouting reports and be like, man, this guy's got a potential. Like, why isn't he getting brought up? And now he is, and he's killing it. So he's been a bright spot. He's always a part of every offensive inning that we have, whether he is leading it off or whether he's bringing in the crucial runs. So he's clutch, and that's what you need out of a guy like that. So Luis, my guy, big Luis guy.
Love it. Yeah, big. What was your energy for him again?
Ramon Laureano energy.
Oh yeah, I mean, duh. Yeah, that's an obvious one.
Yeah.
All righty. So now on to our essential tailgate tools of the week. Previously on essential tailgate tools, I think we both hit, Chris. This is the first time in a hot minute where I can confidently say I think we both did well. Yeah. Chris, you had AJ Puck. He did give up his first run since April. Besides the point, still excellent start of the season for him. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 4 hits, 2.2 innings pitched. Really settling in that bullpen role. We can't be any more excited from him than what we've seen so far. For myself, I said Lou Trevino. And folks, it looks like he's starting to turn around a little bit. He's given up 1 run. He walked 2, struck out 5, 2 hits, and 2.2 innings. So both of these bullpen guys looking nice. Lou could potentially be a part of a trade package as well somewhere. I think there could definitely be somebody, if he can play hot for the next couple months, who'd be willing to take that flyer on him. So, Chris, let's just give ourselves a pat on the back, man. We
pat on the back.
Pat on the back. There we go.
Pat on the pack.
Pack on the back. Anyways,
the pack,
Chris.
Bro. Got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers.
We were hyphy. Now on no streaming services yet.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing yet. Eventually. Google it, folks. Chris, who do you got this week?
My player of the week, this very important, very interesting week we have coming up. It's going to be Sheldon Noisy. Need him to get back to Sheldon Noisy situations. You're right. He was in a slump for, I would say, up until this past series. He's been hitting well against Seattle, but he's got to come back. He's been leading off, which is very important for the A's, and he was doing a great job leading off at first. But he's fallen off a little bit. So Sheldon, we got to get you back, bro, because you're getting the hitting support that you've been missing for the past couple weeks. So, yeah. Julio, yours is a good one. Touche. Well played, sir.
Murph. What is it? The last 2 weeks, Sean Murphy was hitting 181.
Whew.
In the last week, he's hitting 285. Which Murph are we going to see this week? I'm actually kind of intrigued to see. I think now that, it's a lot more time left in the season, but it really does seem like Christian Bethancourt has kind of established that backup catching position. Mm-hmm. And it seems like Kotze is a little more confident with playing him consistently behind the plate when Murph needs those days off. And because of that, I think Murph gets to hit DH.
Yeah.
Loud phone dropping.
Nice.
My phone. But because of that, Murph gets to DH more. saving his legs in the long run, focus on hitting. So let's see what philosophy is going to show up over this next week, especially against a pretty lowly Texas team and our bitter rivals in Houston. So excited to see what you're going to do, Murph. You're on my essential tailgate tool of the week.
Nice. Good pod. What do you think? 1 out of 10.
Give it a solid
Give it a 9.
Yeah, I think this
give it a 10. A 10. Do you know what movie that's from? Varsity Blues.
For some reason I was thinking of I Love You Man.
Give me everything you got.
Give me everything you got.
That was a great one. I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma this past weekend at the PGA Championship. Me and Brad went, and we stayed at a casino. We were playing craps one night, and I was playing with these two guys from Dallas, and they were talking. I was wearing a Warriors shirt. They were just talking hella shit. And I was like, "You guys realize that it's 3-0 right now, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, 2-0 at the time." They're like, "Yeah, we know, but we got to get him in while we can." Anyway, doesn't matter. But they every time 10 would be our number on the craps tables, they'd be like, "I need a 10, a 10," and they would just like do that line, and then just like the entire table would start doing it because Oklahoma is pretty much Texas, and everybody in Texas loves Varsity Blues because it's like about their childhood, about football. So it was great. Those were great guys too. Shout out to those guys.
I've got two best friends, Robbie and Hank Mandukas.
Hank Mandukas.
Hey, before we go,
this is just a good movie. I love you, man. Maybe I should watch that.
Cheers, Chris Madrigal, Emmy winner.
Emmy winner Chris Madrigal is what you can call me from now on.
Put it on your LinkedIn.
That's right. My documentary series,
Here's your unofficial Emmy speech. Go ahead.
My documentary series, Man in the Arena, won for best documentary series for sports Emmys, and we won. It was awesome. It was a great moment. I was super excited about it. I don't know what to say, man. It's weird. You're an entire year and a half of your life working on this project and getting validation for it. It feels just really good. And that was during the pandemic, which it was a really tough time to shoot. A lot of things were going on. I was traveling a lot. I had opportunities to go see my family, but my family wasn't crazy about it because I had been traveling so much. Little do we know that, if we had the information we knew now, we'd know that that's a little bit ridiculous, but whatever. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm very proud of it. So I'm very happy, and that'll be on my resume for forever. So that's pretty fucking cool.
Are you potentially the first Emmy winner from Antioch?
I don't know. It's a good question. An Antioch person won an Oscar for Lord of the Rings back in 2003. They were a sound mixer, sound editor, and they won an Oscar.
That's right. Yeah, there's something else where there's been some awards, but the most recent memory. So congrats to you, brother.
Yeah,
I might finish my drink, but all righty. Well, that was this week. Chris, you normally do the sign-off stuff, so you can go take that from there.
Yeah, I was wondering how you're gonna do it, and
I didn't know what I was doing either. I was just winging it.
I just wanted the chaos to happen. I just wanted to see how you would handle it, and you dished it off to me, which sucked because I was gonna get so much amusement to find out how you're gonna dish it off to yourself.
I wasn't gonna try.
Last but not least, Julio.
Let's go, Oakland. Oh, and go Dubs.
Go Dubs. Nice soft. Let's go, Oakland. Really want the soft voice this time.